Alright, boys and girls. So, anybody else have a problem when they're pulling down the highway or pulling a heavy trailer, or a light trailer for that matter? They get a lot of bouncing and it jerks the truck back and forth, and it sucks. It's not fun. So, I called up Shocker Hitch and talked to them about this, and they said, hey, we have this airbag hitch. Why don't you get one of these? That's going to make all your problems go away. All right, let's do it. So, here's what we got. I just popped the seal on it so I could open it by one hand. Oh, look at that monster. 51 pounds this thing weighs. So, let's pull it out of here one-handed. So the airbag goes up underneath, has its own plate. So then we air the bag up. And anytime that the trailer is jostled or moves up and down, the airbag takes up all the shock. Well, the majority of the shock. This part here also takes up the rest. And it's adjustable. We got our Schrader valve right on the outside. Adjustable down to 7.5 inches of drop. And then this center section can actually be pulled out with just these two pins, and you can swap it out for any number of different things. So they make the gooseneck surge hitch, like you see here. They have air couplers for like dump trailers and pintles, and these are all the attachments that you can actually make work on here. So realistically, this is a hitch that a guy only needs one of. Because you can get pretty much every configuration you'd ever want right there. So this is the one I got, 16,000 pound Shocker HD air receiver hitch, and a 2 5/16 ball for pulling my big enclosed trailer. It's a about 30 foot, 33 foot with the hitch. So I cannot wait to put this thing to work because it looks awesome, and I've heard lots of good things about it. When I called them up, customer service was great. Said, hey, I got this truck that's really tall, so I need a decent sized drop hitch, but I need something that, this is a 1 ton as well, 1 ton with diesel, that I can pull pretty much anything with. They said, we got you covered. So let's get to towing. Cold start time. About 15 degrees. Lovely day. Five-inch ProFlow exhaust, axle dump. Like a jet fighter. Turbo brake engaged. warms up a little better with the brake on. Definitely tell the difference between it's real deep. Alright, boys and girls, today we're gonna put the brake controller in the Ram. This truck was more or less a show truck, so I never had a brake controller in it. So I went with the Tekonsha 3P. Read good reviews about it. I guess we'll give it a try. And there is a factory harness tucked up in here. It's not easy to see at all, actually. So that blue connector right there is where you plug it into if you don't have the factory harness. It's the factory brake control. So there's the part number for that. I just bought it. There was one already there. It's tucked up underneath there apparently. But it wasn't very long, so I got a little bit longer. Factory one, or Tekonsha has this one, so I'm gonna go with this one. So now, just gotta mount the controller someplace. Not 100% sure where it's gonna go just yet. But I'll do that, and then I get back with you and make sure everything works. Okay guys, super elementary. This thing definitely is worth it. So I went through all the settings. You can go through and change the screen settings as far as display, what the display looks like, brightness, color, contrast. You can also go in, change the brake type. I picked this because you can do electric, or you can do electric over hydraulic. I don't know if anybody does that or not. Then this is just your basic up and down, 0 to 14. On the bottom you have your safety or your test. And you can set this up for like 4 different trailers, I guess. I primarily only pull 2. I guess I'm probably not gonna set it up for a bunch of different ones unless I get to the point where I'm doing a lot more pulling. But most of the time, this is what'll be behind it, is my 30-foot enclosed 12,000 pound GVWR for the side-by-sides, and I'm actually gonna haul my wife's Yukon Denali XL into the shop. It's got to have a few things done on it under warranty. She sits pretty good. The other thing I got is I put the airbags at about 40 psi in the back. Had just a little bit of squat. And I'm trying out the new shocker hitch. Pretty impressed so far. It's pretty cool how this bag, so this thing slides up underneath of the hitch, and as you're driving, it takes up all the shock. It's called a shocker hitch. And then here, your front to back movement, and as the trailer bucks it all, which this trailer rides pretty good. It's all torsion springs, torsion axles, I should say. So we'll find out once I put the Yukon in it, and my General will be at 7, 8, 9,000. Yeah, we'll be pushing capacities. Like I said, 12,000 GVW. Trailer weighs 3840, so we're gonna be up there at the max. So we'll do a little video of it towing tomorrow and see how the pig does.